Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy, Pastor Ron. What's going on? To Game Day Gospel. Thank you. Yo, listen, for real. Thank you guys for the support and the listens, man. This was crazy. This was something I battled and I went back and forth about for a long time. And then I in essence, sat here and said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So I thank you guys for supporting. I thank you guys for all the love and the feedback and the tweets and the shares and the texts. Thanks to my friends, man, who listened and gave feedback. That was really dope, man. So I appreciate you guys, man. I thank you guys. And today is not a Manchester United rant, and I'm still recovering from the loss of this week. Today, like I said, this is a sports podcast. This is not a podcast simply about football, about soccer, about anything. It's just my teams and my thoughts. And we are on the cusp of basketball season, man. You know, I'm an NBA fan. I'm a Knicks fan. The Knicks are my squad. And through thick or thin, mostly thin, but they're my squad. But I wanted to talk about something that I saw online, and I think it'll be a good topic of discussion. So Spencer Dinwiddie went on a podcast earlier this week, and he was talking about superstars, and he was saying pretty much an NBA, what qualities dictate within the league, I guess, amongst players to be a superstar. Take a listen. So that's pretty much what he said. I mean, it's interesting. The impression I got from him is that a superstar is very selective. A superstar is someone that's very rare, and that we can't toss around these terms like that. One of my friends is a big proponent of that, and I have to shout him out on that, because my friend Sherwin was always saying there's very few superstars in the league, and we use that term too loosely. I'm like, everybody's a superstar, man. Jalen Brunson's a superstar, stuff like that. But I think that the statement of Spencer Dinwiddie kind of echoes what Sherwin says. So this caused me to reassess my rankings of superstars, my rankings of people in the NBA who are currently considered superstars. I had to reduce my list severely, and it might be kind of controversial, but as of today, entering the 2023-2024 season, here are the players who I consider to be superstars. Again, based on these qualifications, based on these type of parameters, here who I consider a superstar. It has to be somebody that has impact. And when they hop on that team, conference finals or finals, when they hop on a team, you can change the culture of the team. Who is a superstar? Number one is obviously the best player in the NBA as of right now, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yes, he to me is the best player in the league right now. He is undoubtedly a superstar. Wherever you put Giannis, he's going to make a team better. Wherever you put Giannis, they're going to become the favorites in the NBA. I'm not going to be hostage to the most recent type of performance, because he did have a tough series, but he was hurt. But end of the day, we can't ignore him putting Milwaukee on the map. And he's the only star on his team. That championship team had one star, was him. We had a lot of like one superstar, two guys who are borderline stars in Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, and a bunch of role players. Brook Lopez. Fam, Bobby Portis, bro. Bobby Portis is a modern day version of Kurt Thomas, bro. The crazy guy, crazy bug-eyed guy that you don't want to see in the alley, bro. Bobby Portis, he made into a championship player, bro. Come on, man. Giannis to me is a superstar, and so I give him props as the number one superstar. Number two, the Finals MVP, I'm not a big fan of this guy, but everybody seems to think he's one of the best players of all time. Nikola Jokic, bro. Now he's good. I can't deny. I'm not a fan of his. If you can't dunk, you can't be a superstar, bro. If your vertical is 5 inches, bro, then we have a problem. But yet he's changed the game. He does everything on the court. He's he's changed the position. He's changed he turned the Nuggets into a championship contender every single year. And the way he dominates on both sides of the court, to have a guy that's able to dominate without even scoring 30 points a game is impressive. So number two is Nikola Jokic. Number 3, me and this guy, we have a love-hate relationship. I hated this guy for a very long time because, I'm a big LeBron fan, and I felt some kind of way because he was the unanimous MVP. I felt some way because it seems like the Cavs and Warriors for a minute were like the Lakers versus Celtics, that they were just beefing and playing each other and trying to have players to one up one another. But Steph Curry, I like the guy now. I guess, he's cool now. I could deal with him now. I ain't buying no Steph Curry jersey, but Steph is definitely a superstar. Wherever you put Steph, they become favorites. They become a team that can go into the conference finals and finals. We gotta throw out flowers to Chef. To Steph, even though again it's a love-hate. It's either you love him or you hate him, but he's changed the game. I don't think he changed the game for the better, but he is a cultural icon. He's probably one of the biggest cultural icons of all time. Greater than Kobe, greater than AI, who are great in their essence, in essence of being cultural icons. But I think he changed the game completely forever. He changed, like, everyone's shooting threes. Like my son last year was playing. He was 9 years old playing basketball for the first time. He wanted to get in shape and play basketball, and he just wanted to do it because his friends were doing it. And all the kids were doing was shooting threes, bro. All they were doing was shooting threes. Like, no one wants to learn how to dribble, break your defense down, get the right pass. Everybody wants to step back. Mind you, these kids were airballing it within the free throw line, but you have something in your mind telling you to step back and try to shoot threes. I told him, I yelled at him, I said, learn how to shoot the mid-range, then progressively extend your range. These cats kind of do half-court shots, hitting coaches in the head with the ball and whatnot, doing half-court shots, bro. Well, that's the Steph effect. I hate the league now because it's all about threes and nothing else. It's also partially because of analytics, I think. I can't completely blame Steph for that. But all these guys shooting half-court shots and shooting threes. And has Steph ever taken a bad shot? Has anyone ever said, that Steph has taken a bad shot? Even though in the winning moments of a game, a 40-foot jump shot is a bad shot. But, when it comes to Steph, it's okay. So that's number 3. That's our third superstar is Steph. Number 4 is the GOAT. Number 4 is the GOAT, my man, LeBron James. He, year 20, he's still an icon. He's still a player that affects his team. Because to me, a superstar needs to be able to affect his team in a positive way. A superstar needs to be someone that has the ability to, when he's on the court, if it's, like I said about Jokic, he doesn't have to score, but he affects the game in a positive way. The NBA is filled with too many stat stuffers and not enough superstars that make teams better, that make their players better, that sit there, lead by example, make the right pass, high basketball IQ, always makes the right play. These guys, to me, are the superstars. And LeBron has that. LeBron could be a point guard. He could play the 2, he could play the 3, he could play the 4. LeBron makes his team better. He not only on the court, but off the court. He took Rei Hachimura. They've been practicing the entire summer. Like, stuff like that, to me, is superstar behavior. I cannot discredit all the other stuff, like the commercials and stuff, but I think on the court, superstars are guys like LeBron to make their teams better. That changes a franchise. That once you acquire this guy, they're going into the conference finals. Like, for example, Jokic, Giannis, Steph, LeBron. If you put them on, give me a random team, the Hawks tomorrow, they'll be favored to go into the conference finals. At least, maybe the finals. All those guys, you put them on that squad. You put them on the mid squad. You put them on the Knicks. You put them on the Timberwolves. You put them on Memphis. Like these mids, you put them on these mid squads tomorrow. They will make these teams into finals contenders. My list has about 6 people. That's it. I think that's it. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 people. 7 people. Yep, 7 people that I have as superstars in the NBA. So number 4, I put LeBron, the GOAT, the King. So that's, I don't call him by his first name on this podcast. It's just the GOAT or the King going forward. So LeBron is and has been a superstar forever. For 20 years, he will still be a superstar. LeBron took Boobie Gibson. What's that guy's name? Drew Gooden, bro. Drew Gooden. Men like that to the NBA Finals, bro. You cannot deny how good he is. Then we have, so that's number 4. Number 5 is Kevin Durant. I don't like that mug, man, because homeboy, I'm feeling some kind of way because homeboy trolled me on Twitter one day and told me to focus on my church, and I felt some kind of way about that. I'll never forget that. I swear, when I see KD, I'm gonna punch him in his mouth. I'm gonna give him a hairbrush to brush his nappy hair, or some lotion for his ashy ankles, something like, you know what I mean? But I'm feeling some kind of way about this guy. But I gotta get credit where credit's due. If you put KD on most of these teams out there, if you put KD on the Knicks tomorrow, if you put KD on the T-Wolves, if you put KD on Memphis, they are guaranteed to be conference finals teams, favorites, maybe even finals favorite. He's that big of a thing. All the, I won't say off the court, but all the other personalities and emotions. He's mad feminine, all that type of stuff. I could get it. Initially, I didn't want to put him on the list, but KD is the greatest scorer I've ever seen in my life. He is the greatest scorer I've ever seen in my life. And it's not a knock on MJ, because MJ had, and MJ and guys like Kobe had killer instincts like none other, to score and to learn the game and to hit their opponent to get the point. So it's no shade, but in terms of him being 6'11" and having handle and having, a jump shot, his jump shot's wet, bro. Wet. Reminds me of me in college. His jump shot is wet, bro. Like it's like, his mid is sick, bro. His handles, bro. That playoff series, as with the Nets against the Bucks, where he was like half an inch away from winning that game when he made that shot. It was a 2 instead of a 3, bro. That's some basketball. Like, damn, like I think one of the greatest performances I've seen him have was that first time they played LeBron in the finals with the Warriors, bro. Yo, Mandem was an assassin, bro. I never forget that game 3 when they were up all them points, and then KD, and they came back, and then I think it was like 45 seconds to go. KD had KD had that jump shot, and he just kept that follow through in the air. I was like, dang, bro, that boy cold, bro. KD's that guy. Honestly, yo, I ain't gonna front. As much as I hate the guy, if he comes to the Knicks tomorrow, I'm getting me a KD jersey. Frick that, bro. Because the Knicks they'll have us going to the conference finals, bro. But he's one of the best, like, finishers, shooters I've ever seen in my life. And again, and I think MJ to me was that guy, the way he was efficient in scoring, but just KG's just intangibles, the height, the wingspan that he has, to see him do that, it's nuts, bro. So KD is a superstar. The last superstar I have on my list is Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is the superstar I'm sorry, two more. My bad. I have one more after Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is a superstar. To me, he's the best. He's the most talented center I've seen in my life. And wherever he goes, the only reason why the Sixers are relevant is because of Joel Embiid. Wherever he goes, that team will be a favorite. You put him on Memphis. My prayer is he goes to the Knicks next year. Put him on the Knicks. Even though I don't think he'll go to the Knicks because I don't believe Philly will trade him in their division and have to play him 3-4 times a year. So that's the only other reason. But he's a bad man, bro. He's good. He's so again, I don't want to ignore the playoff failures, but I think we overrate playoffs, bro. I think we over put too much emphasis on finals wins and playoffs, man. It's a small sample size of a player's career. And we can't sit here and say, look at that, because the teams wouldn't get to the finals without Joel Embiid. So it's 82 games versus 6 games. So I can't knock him and hold him, knock him down for that and say that. So in terms of just his talent overall in his game and his bag, if he wins a title or two, I say it's tough because he's living. You see, when the issue with KD, to me, the reason why KD will not get as much love as he should is because he's living in the LeBron/Steph era. So when the people look back at this era, they're gonna see those two guys as being the main guys, right? And same thing with Embiid. I think the reason why we underappreciate Joel Embiid is because of the fact he is playing in Jokic era. He's just in the wrong time, and Jokic, again, I've heard the nonsense of him being one of the best centers of all time. I think it's kind of premature. He's okay. I watched him for the first time in the finals this past year versus Miami. He's good, but he has an offense catered to him. So I don't know. I think he's overrated to me. But with that being said, I'm not trying to shade. It's not about Jokic. But I think Embiid is the most talented and gifted center we've ever had. He's top 2, maybe 1. So I think Joel Embiid, any team you put Joel Embiid on right now, they become final contenders. He's been in the playoffs, done it, made teams better. Just the talent that he has is impressive. And, the numbers, the rebounds, the defensive numbers, we have to do it. He's carried a city through all this time. And the last person, I think it's number 7, the 7th superstar in the NBA, the 7th guy who I considered a superstar, that wherever you put it right now, that team becomes a legit conference finals, at least contender, if not finals, Kawhi Leonard. Bro, listen, let me tell you something. Kawhi Leonard is a superstar, bro. Yeah, I know he has bad knees. I know he don't practice. I know he's gonna rest for whatever it is. But when he plays in them playoffs, bro, assassin, bro. He's that dude from Taken. He's John Wick, bro. When it comes to those games, when it comes to those playoff games, when it comes to those times where the team needs him, he steps up. Remember that? Yo, honestly, the only reason why he's not higher up is because of that daggone, what's that guy who when he took that shot, was he on the Spurs? He fell on that guy's leg. Pause. He fell on that guy's he landed on that guy's foot, bro. Yeah, bro. That changed his career. Kawhi's like, I'm after my bag. I'm gonna preserve my body. I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna take care of myself. Like, a superstar don't have to run himself through the wall, bro. Ain't gotta be a likable guy, but Kawhi Leonard, if you put Kawhi on any team in the NBA right now, they are finals contenders, bro. Because he may play 46 games in a season, but when the playoffs start, if he's healthy, this is based on health, right? This is based on everybody being available and healthy. If he's healthy, that team is going to the finals. That boy is cold, bro. That whatever type of Rain Man stuff that goes in his head, because he's kind of weird. It don't matter to me. His weird self could come to my team tomorrow. Trade Julius Randle. I'll take Kawhi. He could sit out the entire regular season and cut and get ready for the playoffs, bro. That's all we need. We could be the 8th seed. Bang. Bro, Kawhi Leonard is a superstar, bro. And cats are sitting there forgetting how nice he is because of the fact he's been injured and he's gone. Listen, I get it. You know, the best ability is availability. But the one thing I know, once that boy's on the court, killer, bro. What did Cam say? Killer. Yep, that's him. Killer, bro. You don't want to see him with the ball in his hand. You don't want to see him with the ball in his hand, bro. So this guy's a killer, bro. This guy, if you replace Kawhi, a healthy Kawhi on Boston getting to the final last year. Replace Kawhi for Tatum. Boston's going to the final last year. They are not losing that game, fam. So yeah, Kawhi to me is a superstar. Kawhi is a guy, you put him on any team, that boy is going to sit there and get you to at least a healthy, get you to the conference finals, probably the finals. So we shall see. So what do you think, man? I mean, I know it's controversial. I think some of the guys that I didn't put on the list, I think the next tier of guys who could be is Luka. I just think Luka. There's something about Luka I don't like. He gets numbers and stuff. You know, he gets stats, he gets highlights, but there's something about him. I think that I don't want stat stuff. I think guys like Luka, I think guys like Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, they're stat stuffers. I'm not saying they're not good. They're not saying they're not stars. I think the next tier of possible superstars are Luka, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker. And like, yeah, I can't say Ja. Like, yeah, I think those guys are next, like, right on the cusp of maybe a strong year this Dame. You know what I'm saying? A strong year this year. Those four guys could enter into superstardom. Jason Tatum is not, again, I don't like low basketball IQ guys. The thing about these guys, you learn a lot by watching them. Like, we don't watch 82 games. I saw a couple of people that I know. No one has the NBA league. And if you do, just watch your team's game for the most part. You don't watch and analyze the games like that. You know, playoff time, you watch them, you know. Again, not saying it outdoes everything else, but the playoff wise, you see the holes in someone's games. You see, and then you look at the stats where they average 30 a game, but they have games where they score 5. Shoot 1 for 11 with 5 points. You know, and then, you know, have 40 the next game. So they you know, and then 50 the next game. And then after that, they score 11 points on 3 of 29 shooting. 5 turnovers. Like Tatum is a high volume guy. He does all right, but I don't think his game is not where it needs to be. Dame, I think this year's a big year for Dame, getting out of Portland, getting the opportunity to hopefully play a lot of meaningful games, and I think he has the opportunity to maybe leap. But I think again he's a stat stuffer to me. He's really good. He's probably one of my favorite players. But I don't think based on this qualification, which I respect, the players are the ones who we have to give more credence to what they say because they're in the game. They play the game, so they understand what it means to be a superstar. I don't think, because there's a bunch of teams. For example, when Dame was getting traded, folks were saying if the Knicks get Dame, the Knicks are not going to the finals. If Toronto gets Dame, it won't be that much of a change. You understand what I'm saying? So I think this is a big opportunity for him. Devin Booker, again, great scorer. I don't think he's a superstar. When he was by himself, without CP3, without KD, the team was in the lottery every year. He does not make people better. He has great numbers, plays 2K, plays Call of Duty, but he doesn't have that yet. So Dame, Devin Booker, Tatum, I think, are the next tier of guys that with a strong season, they could get into the superstar level. And you have the young guys, the two young guys who I think will one day become superstars, but they did need some seasoning, some time. As Shea, who I call Shy, I'm Shy Gilgeous Alexander, who could have been a Knick. Damn it. And Anthony Edwards, bro. These guys have a possibility of being superstars. They're young, maybe a couple years away, 2-3 years away of consistent play. Then they'll be in that conversation. So it's Luka, but the guys who are on the cusp, Luka. Oh, Anthony Davis. Nah. Oh. Anthony Davis, I was going to say because he's hurt. Well, and then in my mind, I kind of self-checked myself. I said the same thing. I said it doesn't matter because I put Kawhi on there. But the thing about Anthony Davis that he lacks toughness. You know what I mean? He lacks the issue with Kawhi. Kawhi just don't care. Kawhi said, I ain't gonna play. I ain't playing unless I feel very healthy. Anthony Davis is like he plays, he gets bullied. You know what I mean? He gets, and the thing he could do it, but he's just lazy. There's a difference to that in my opinion. So I think that's kind of where we at with that, man. So I think those are the superstars, bro. Those are the ones who I think are superstars, who are on the cusp of being superstars, who are young superstars. There's 3 different tiers. I touch bases, man. Tell me what you think. I want you to comment. Hit me up on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, Game Day Gospel. Share. Talk about this. Tell me what you think. I'm gonna put it in my group chats, fellas. Tell me what you think. Put it in your group chats. It's a real good discussion, man. I like what he said, and I'm like, it's something good to talk about on a day like this as we begin our NBA coverage and talk, man. So I appreciate you guys for listening, man. I appreciate your time. Let's go down this journey. Next week we'll start talking about regular season of Knicks. We got to talk about the football weekend. I'm trying to find a way to figure out to get my boy Dwight on here. He's a Dolphins fan. Got to figure out the logistics. If I can't figure out soon enough, maybe a post game reaction type John, like on a Sunday or Monday, something like that. But once I figure out, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for all you guys out there. But I appreciate you guys seriously. Thank you for listening. Peace.